Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
Man, I am super excited to have you up in here. So first, let me welcome everybody to 101.1 The Culture. And I'm interviewing like my dog, Vontae 64. Man, show me some love,
What's
bro.
going on with you, Benny? What's going on?
Man, I can't call it, man. We go back a long way.
Shoot, 2016, 17,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
15, one
man.
of them.
Something you was you was just hopping off the porch a little bit there with the music.
Man, to be honest with you, I was just starting to get into that, and I think I was around like 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I just started to start to do the music. So like when I just met you, it was like kind of a like what is that called? Like spontaneous combustion. Like I think that's what it is, because like people, God send you signs. And
I agree.
that was one of them signs where it was like, hey, you might want to keep on going with it, because like certain things just happen, and I just started to listen to those signs. So that's basically what that is.
That's what's up. So I'm just gonna call you Vontae. I know it's Vontae
No,
64.
it's Vontae
Or Vontae 64.
6'4".
64. Not
they-
64, but 64.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I can be a little too proper.
Oh,
As I've gotten up in age a little bit, right?
Hey, they don't know about that generator. That's the one. That's the one you met.
Yes, I know. I remember Generate too. So tell everybody a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what really was your childhood like growing up?
Okay, that first question. I'm an artist, because I really don't want to say it, a rapper, because a rapper is just a certain thing. I make all types of music, so
Okay.
I'm really an artist. I sing, rap, but where I'm from, I'm really from Akron, Ohio.
Right.
And I moved down here when I was like 6 or 7, and it was a little rough.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was a little bit homeless for a little minute, but we started to receive, we started to really get into God a lot. You know what I'm saying? And we started to, do things that we needed to do to get to the next level. And, my mom always told me, like, surviving is always the key. You got to make sure you survive, because if you don't survive, then
You don't exist, right?
What are you doing? So, and that. And what was the question? What was the last one?
I said, who are you?
Okay.
Where are you from? And you kind of answered, what was it like coming up?
Oh, to be honest with you, it wasn't like everybody's. Kind of, you won't say we had it hard, but like I said, we struggled. You know what I'm saying? But we always maintain. Sometimes it might not be food in the refrigerator. Sometimes bills might not be paid, but it was always something that we gonna be all right regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying? We bounce around a lot too. So
cool.
That's
So where'd you stay at a lot in Birmingham?
Oh, I mean, honestly, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Because I stayed downtown when I first got here, and then I moved to the west side.
Okay.
I stayed in Inslee for a minute. Then I moved to Centerpoint. Then I moved to Avondale. I moved everywhere.
The earth is your turf.
You feel me? So like I did that, and then all of a sudden, like, it was just a thing we was kind of doing. We was always moving. We was always going to the next thing. We find the next level for us.
Okay.
So I can say that.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Did you ever go back and forth to Akron during your youth, or did you just stay here the whole time?
Oh, good question. I went there in 2013, and I'm not gonna lie, everything was gone. Everything was gone. My apartments I was living in, the schools, they're learning centers over there. You know that? Learning centers. There's no grade schools. There's straight up learning centers over there.
Wow.
Is
it still like that?
I think it is, but the last time I've been on it was 2013. So like it probably still is, but yeah, like just doing that is just wow. Like when I think about it, it's just like
culture shock. Man,
everything was gone. everything. I don't remember it like I used to. So like that's one of the reasons I'm like, I feel like I this is my home. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So I know you from being Jenna Ray.
Right.
And like I said, I met him when he was 15, 16 years old. Wild kid.
Wild
Wild kid. I didn't have phone calls from your mama. You know, people don't know that side of me. Like I don't work with a lot of kids,
Right.
and you know, phone calls from your mama. You know, um,
Shoot, phone calls from one of my mentors.
from your mentor. You know,
from the
when
friends.
you know, he need to get right.
Right.
Benny, you need to talk to him. You don't want to listen to nobody. You need to talk to him. And you know, over time, obviously, you have evolved. You're a young man now.
Right.
And when we look at the growth, what changed to you to being the wild kid to this young man that we see now?
I'm more patient. I'll tell you that. It was a lot of patience trying to, you know, because I always wanted to rap. Like that's what I just wanted to do with my life. Like I just wanted to do music, and that was like the only thing I talked about. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to stir me like, hey, you might want to do this, you might want to do that. But you know, I was always on that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when stuff really don't go my way, I'll get upset but I'll tell you this: there's a lot of patience that got into it, and there's a lot of growing, a lot of mistakes that I've been through. You know, it was a lot of, like I said, it was a lot of mistakes that I've been through. It was a lot of trials and tribulations that kind of like I had to learn, because I was still stuck in the same place as I was when I was a little kid. You know, constantly like thinking the world owed me something. You feel me?
Yes.
Thinking the world owed me something when the world doesn't owe me anything. You know, so I had to learn that, and I had to learn that if I want something, I had to go get it myself. So that's
and I salute that, because you still have a lot of young people that feels like they're in an entitlement mentality, thinking that just because they're here, that they are entitled to receive a position in life, or a certain status, or money, or whatever it may be.
Right.
It's just a different mentality, and for you to come out from that, what made you learn it? What was it? Just time, or was it a certain instance that you can think back to that made you say, "Hey, I gotta flip it"?
Okay. I would say, because this is I'm not trying to make it sad, but this is just how it is.
Okay.
A lot of people walked out. You know, a lot of people, you know, they left. They wasn't really talking anymore. So I had to learn that, you know, maybe I need to look at myself. Maybe because, you know, I'm always on the point of fingers. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing at the time. And when I realized, like, maybe you kind of were the problem. Maybe you need to step back and see how you're acting and see what was the, you know, the problem. And when you kind of blame yourself, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't do that. Sometimes they don't be hard on themselves, but I'm the one that really is hard on themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Self-accountability.
I blame myself for everything, because to be honest with you, like say for instance, if I probably know some people, right? And I'll go over there knowing those people ain't really the right people to be hanging around. They get caught with something, and I'm over there, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like, you know, that's their fault. But you allowed yourself over there. You know how these people there, you know. So it's just like, that's the type of mindset I have, because I'm like, bro, everything you do is strictly your fault. Everything.
It's funny that you say that. And I was reading a post online, and I've heard this conversation before. So this post just happened to come up, and it was like, so if you happen to be in a car and you get pulled over, and someone get caught with whatever it is,
right.
You know, we would think that our people would own up to it when it went yours, right? However, I have this thing to where if I say, well, number one, if someone's in the life, you expect them to say, "Oh, I did it." Nah, they gonna go through the process, right?
Right.
And you want them to do that to save you. Now, if you're a civilian, and what I mean by a civilian is you're a person that's not in the lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you don't have a street code to follow. You're a civilian to say, "Hey, you know what, bro?
That's it.
That's yours, bro.
Nothing to go down for nothing, like really."
But now, if you're an affiliate, or if you're in that life, then supposedly there's a code. Now we understand. Now we know that
kind of is some bull, you know.
You know, but as you get older, I think that the Bible talks about it in your biblical. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. You know, I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things, right? And so, and not to harp on that situation
Right.
because that's just hypothetical, right?
Right.
I just have this thing to where when you say you are self-aware and self-accountable,
Mm-hmm.
if I kick it with you and I know that you in the wrong, then I'm in the wrong too.
Right. Right.
I gotta accept what come with hanging with you.
By affiliation.
Yeah, you
By
know,
affiliation.
just because if I gotta tell you, bro, you can't tote that with.
Right.
Nah, you can't bring that with you.
Come on now.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta
If not,
set-
you gotta find your own way because
Right.
I can't be responsible. I ain't in that life. I ain't about that
Yeah,
life.
tell them all up front because as soon as they get in the car and they realize they have it, you know what I'm saying, and just you in a sticky situation, you gonna tell them to get out.
What's the movie with and Boys in the Hood? He said, "Don't let me out." That's Trey.
He knew.
It's Trey.
He
Man,
knew.
it's cool, man. It's you don't have to just because your homeboys is riders and they do that. That don't mean that you soft.
Exactly.
It's just that ain't me.
you. That ain't you.
That ain't me, and you ain't got to try to fit into no mold just to do that.
Exactly.
You know, so I salute the self accountability because I think that that's the only way you grow. You can't point at everybody else's situation.
Man, for real.
You have to look at yourself.
That's exactly how I see every situation like that nowadays. Like I think I started learning that when I was like 2019. And, you know, still going through my phases, but, you know, when I'm starting to get that, hey, man, what you do is a reflection on how your future is going to turn out. And when I realized that, I'm like, all right, so I have to make better decisions. And sometimes we all mess up because we're human.
Correct.
But, you know, it's always good to learn from the mistakes. And I'm not going to cap, I'm probably one of the ones that really learns. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of people don't. And it's just they still stuck in that same thing. I can't be stuck, man. I can't.
Well, that's good, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you. I'm glad to see you here because, like I say, I remember certain phone calls.
You feel me?
And not to put your business out. I just know about you. You know, toe 9 at a young age.
Nah.
You know, mama. He don't want to mind, and he running with the wrong folks. And
I was doing that. I was running with the wrong folks.
And
that constantly, and you know that's one of the lessons I had to learn. You know, you really can't hang out with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes a lot of people go through trying to be accepted a lot. You know, and people go through that, like, you know, those type of insecurities, and I had to go through that too. And you know, realizing growing up, most of my friends they end up stabbing me in the back. You know what I'm saying? And growing up, I'm like, we grew up together. It's like, why would you, you know? And I was like, man, them people always been like that. You know what I'm saying? They did it to other people. You think they gonna do it to you?
And they going through their own trauma.
Come on now.
You know, so everybody don't develop at the same rate. Exactly. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
So that's good, man. And like I say, I'm gonna say it more and more that I'm proud of you.
That you know that means a lot coming from you. Like a lot of people don't understand. I don't think they gonna understand. Like this man is legit, like a straight up mentor that I've been listening to. Like every time I need some type of advice, or every time I need or just like need some motivation, you're always there. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I knew that like you knew that. I was like, yeah, that man, that boy's serious.
And you know and we're gonna get back to the serious, right?
Right.
Because at 15, you were spitting.
Man.
You were spitting, so I'm gonna tell you. So
For real.
I remember like one of your first videos, right?
I do too.
And I was like, that boy going off. You know, and I recorded the song.
You know what I'm saying?
I recorded the song.
People don't understand that this man, he was the first man that I really recorded with and really liked it. You know what I'm saying? Man, you legit get all the credit. Like
no, because you put in the work. And you were able to take that. And like I said, I remember you spitting,
right?
Man, because regardless of what you were going through, you were intelligent.
Very.
You know, wordsmith, used to break stuff down. We would sit in the studio and we talk about different artists and be like, man, he ain't talking about nothing. And
I was just
he ain't even breaking the words down. That's too simple. That's too simple.
I was really like that. Like, I was really like, man, I don't like them civil rappers. I like, you know what I'm saying? People use.
You used to even kind of talk to your people in the studio.
Man.
You know, you like, man, that bar was really like,
for real, like
garbage.
Come on now.
You made your people step up.
Right. And then I've been saying they did the same thing for me. You know what I'm saying? They felt like for example, I remember this song did Unknown Numbers. Remember that? So Unknown Numbers, I recorded two versions. I recorded the first one with you, and I was going back to record it, and I remember Will, he was in the car with Jamari, and he was just like, "Hey man, I ain't gonna cap. I don't like that. I don't like that song right there. I don't like how you did that song." I was telling him, I was like, "I'm on the way to record that."
Yeah.
And when I did that, man, they went bananas. I think
Yeah.
they went bananas. So I was like, "Yo, like," and he was really like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about." So I was like, "I need them type of people," and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or these Reese around me, because you know when you get into your own way, you will think that something really sounds good, and when you really don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really like, man, them times were just
multiple heads in the studio. A lot of times prevails. I've seen so many times where I've been in the studio and there's other people in the room and iron sharpening iron. So we trying to make sure that we get the best record possible.
you feel
So
me?
egos go out the window.
It has to.
You know, because at the end of the day, you trying to put out your best work and people are listening to you, and these are people that you trust.
Right. And and I'll tell you one thing, a lot of people, they'll never really like admit it because, you know, there's just like a pride thing. And I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of rappers, they'll take pride in what they write. They will not let nobody write their stuff.
Well, yeah.
I'm be honest with you. I can do that, but be honest with you, is if it's making a good song, come on.
Let's collaborate and work on a song.
Come on, if you want to change,
collaboration breeds competition.
Right. If you want to change certain things, if you want to, like, you know, if you know this gonna be a hit, why would I deny it because of this is not my writing or whatever? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm an artist at the end of the day. I'm a rapper, but if it's to make good music, why not?
Well, when I hear you say that, I think that you talked about integrity at one point, you know, and I think that there still has to be some integrity in what you deliver. So when you are delivering your work, if someone collaborates with you and it don't fit your vision, then nah, you can't change my vision.
Right. And that's another thing too, when you need to know what you want or what you bring as an artist.
Exactly.
And that was one of the things when I was telling you outside, like, you know, when you start to get your sound, when you start to get it like down pat, like I don't think there's not many people can tell you what you should sound like or what you shouldn't. Because there's been plenty of times when I went to the studio and people tried to change certain things. And I'll be having to tell them, like, hey man, that's not how I want it.
Yeah.
Bring my vocals out. Like, it's okay if it is over the beat, but that's how I want it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, I take influence from Tupac a lot.
Okay.
I love Tupac. Like that's top 5 for me.
Okay.
And how his vocals were very stacked. He stacked his vocals a lot.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can like, it's the feeling of it. Like it's like, do you really feel that?
Is it? It's about, does it touch you here somewhere?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And and plus it's the passion of it. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of passion.
You do
have a lot of passion.
You were like that as a kid, and I can still see that in you now. Speaking of passion in music, so Pac is one of your biggest influences, obviously.
Very.
Who's your top 3?
Ooh, top 3. So Eminem for sure, you know that for sure. It's somebody new named Hopsin.
Oh, he ain't new.
Well, he knew what this is new to my list.
Okay,
but man, I love Hopsin. I think that's probably the first because Eminem is always gonna be the first. He's the one that really started writing, but Hopsin kind of brought me into the independent route, the doing it by yourself route, just like staying down and perfecting your craft by yourself like that.
I rock with Hopsin.
Man, Hopsin is the truth, man. I love Hopsin, and he's one of the reasons why my multi-syllable rhyming is on point.
Okay,
like I dive deep into that. Like I can't ride around without it. Like, I have to rhyme 2 words or at least 3. I have to because it's not gonna sound right to me.
That pen got to be on point.
Come on now.
And who's your number 3?
Number 3, that's a hard one.
Is that gonna be Pac?
Pac, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a little bit about your upbringing. We've talked about, you know, some background history and some changes in your life.
Right.
So what are you working on now?
I'm working on this album called Adulthood 2.
Okay.
And I released the first one in 2022 on, I think it was January the 10th.
Okay.
And it was just the young, wild kid just getting stuff off his chest and realizing what the world is going to bring to him.
Okay.
Because, you know, going through that adulthood stage, I think it's 19, 20, 21, Like that's that adulthood stage. And then now that I'm growing into an actual full grown man and realizing that things ain't really as it seems,
Okay.
you know, it's a lot of grinding that need to be had. It's a I won't say that, you know, the world doesn't care, but you know, sometimes you have to have that type of mentality because it's just like not everybody's gonna help you out. Not everybody's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like we were saying before, like when you take responsibility to your own hands, you're gonna get it regardless. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was learning. So
You own the victory or the defeat.
for real. You know, and then like just me learning how what being a man is like, that's basically what I'm explaining on this album.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
You know.
So when is this one coming out?
This one is coming out. I really don't have a date, but I have a specific month. I thought it was gonna come out in April, but you know, things got in the way, so I had to push it back for May. But that's where I'm trying to drop it around.
Okay.
And I have 4 singles
Okay.
to support that.
Okay.
So,
Who are you working with on this?
there's a few producers where I love Daydream. Daydream is one of them artists that he makes a lot of Quando, Rondo, and Youngboy beats, but
Okay.
those type of beats, they're different. They're very piano based, and they're trap, but you know they bring my voice out.
Okay.
And I don't know why they do, but it brings out so much. And I think I'm working with him. I'm trying to get one of my friends that I've been doing the music with since middle school. I know him since middle school. His name is Turn Me Up Nero. It's Isaac Robbie.
Okay.
And I'm trying to but I'm getting him on this album too.
Turn Me Up Nero's dope.
I love man, that's my boy. That's my boy. Like that's my friend to the end.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So that, and then you know I'm trying to get some I think what his name TXTNT. I think it's TNT. I think that's his name is, but
I'm not hip.
I think it's Pamion TXTD. It's something. It's TNT. but his beats are so good too. His beats are so good too. So
Okay.
I think that's who I'm kind of sticking with. You know.
Cool. Now before we go, you told him you got the new project coming out.
New project.
Where can they
too.
find your old stuff, and how can they find you on social media?
Okay. To be honest with you, I don't mean to flex, but you can just search up Vontae 64.
Okay.
And VANTAE 64.
VANTAE 64.
Yes, sir.
Like I got it on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And then I'm Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify. I'm everywhere.
Okay.
I'm everywhere. And then the singles are out too. That's 4 singles from the project as well.
Okay.
I think those 4 singles are called Too Much Fog, Trust the Process, Overlooked Child 2, and No Love for the Kid. Those are the first songs.
And that's how they can find you on social media, Spotify, YouTube, all of that.
Yes, sir.
All of it's the same.
Facebook is OLC Vontae. Like it's different. So like I said, Facebook.
Spell that for him, because you talk you know we're in the South, so sometimes, and I'm not talking about my Southern folks, because I'm West Coast raised. I'm born in the South, but he said that so fast, and I know his stuff. I want to make sure he gets it on camera right.
That's that North in me. That's that Ohio in me.
So sometimes you got to slow it down so they can catch you.
Okay, so Facebook is OLC Vontae.
OLC Vontae.
That's my Facebook. And Instagram is the Overlooked Child 205.
The Overlooked Child 205.
And that's my Instagram.
Okay.
But everything else is Vontae 64.
Okay, cool.
What's up?
Any special shout outs?
I like to shout out my my label, ABM Dread Game. I'm
okay.
About to shout them out because they moving, man. They is really moving.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Charlie, man. Charlie Hawkins, boy. Hey, you really the real one for really like take me under your wing, because even before then, he was even giving me the game of just trying to get my name out. But he was like, dude, shoot, you can come and go with me. And then like Tiffany.
That's my girl.
That's your girl, and she wanted him to sign me.
Okay.
So it was on some stuff like it's a constant thing where I'm constantly getting blessings, man.
That's what's up.
And I love it. I love it.
Well, man, thank you for stopping by 101.1 The Culture. This ain't even like an interview. This is conversations about music and hip hop culture and just how people evolve. And man, I appreciate you. You didn't have to come and see the old man.
Oh,
but
man.
when I said, man, I need to get you on, man, I was I'm I'm touched.
Bro, what you think I'm feeling like? I'm blushing. I told you outside. I don't know how to feel. Like,
Man,
dog,
you always family.
For real. You my butter for real. Like, you legit the reason why I'm doing this so far. Like, I'm not even trying to exaggerate. Like, this is me to you. You're really the reason. Like, I know Jamari has helped me out and God bless to him, but you're the reason that, because you showed me that it can be possible. Especially when your hand in the industry and everything else, like, you let me know it can really be possible for me to do it.
And you know what? All you got to do is continue working. It's going to come to you.
Oh, sure.
And with that, 101.1 The Culture, we out. And you can also check his music out on the station. It is uploaded. You can listen to it a couple of ways. You can go to the website, 101theculture.com. There's a player. Just click the player. We got nonstop music. Or you can download the TuneIn app or the Live 365 app and search for 101.1 The Culture, and you'll find it. And with that, we out. I appreciate you, bro.
All right now.
Peace.